Hi friends, how are you all? Today we will start our snapshot lesson number third, Ranga's marriage. The Ranga's marriage author is Masti Venkatesa Iyengar. First of all, we will discuss about the author. Masti Venkatesa Iyengar was, was born 6 June 1891 and 6 June 1986. Was a well-known writer in Kannada language. He was the fourth among Kannada writers to be honored with the Jnanpith Award, the highest literary honor conferred in India. He was popularly referred to as a Masti Kannada Asti, which means Masti Kannada's treasures. In this story, the special thing is the name of the village. There was a village named Oshali. Let's see what is in Oshali. Is a erstwhile Mysore state of India. Let's see. And who is the writer of the Shyama, the narrator. Shyama is the character narrator. The story when people in the village didn't know English. Let's see what is in the story. Ranga. Ranga is our main character. Ranga is our main character. The village accountant, Ranga was the son of Ranga is the son of accountant. Okay. The village accountant was the first man who had sent his son Ranga to Bangalore to study for 6 months. Ranga the accountant's son is one of the rare breed among the village folk who has been to the city to pursue his study. When he returns to his village from the city of Bangalore, the crowds mill around his house to see whether he has changed or not. His ideas about marriage are now quite uh, different. Through the story, Ranga's marriage, one gets a view about how marriage was arranged a long time ago, especially in traditional Indian village. As soon as a boy completed his education, it was considered the right time to find him a suitable girl and get him married. Maturity and work experience and financial soundness was hardly considered important. Underage marriages were also rampant and no strict legal action was taken against the offenders. When you see this title, some of you may ask Ranga's marriage, why this title? Ranga's marriage, why not Ranganatha Viva or Ranganatha Vijaya, A to Z, anything. Well, yes, I know could have used some other mouth feeling one like Jagannath Vijaya or Girija Kalyana. But then this is not about Jagannath's victory or Girija's wedding. Child marriages are illegal and punishable. Today there are love marriage, mixed relations marriage. There are arranged marriage, but not without the consent of the boy and girl. The education of the girl child is given importance, both girl and boy. Consent is needed for the marriage. Social networking sites have also helped to bring couples together. It's about our Ranga marriage and hence no fancy title. Hoshali is our village. Please remind it, Hoshali is our village. You must have heard of it. No? What a pity, but it's not your fault. There is no mention of it in any geography book. Those sahibs in England writing in English probably do not know that such a place exists and so make no mentions of it. The narrator Shyama appears to be a person of values and is a gentleman. He is kind hearted and well wisher. He is in love with his village and knows the every small detail. Our own people to forget about it. You know how it is. They are like flock of sheep who who are flock of sheep they believe means England believe in Indians flock of sheep. One sheep walks into a pit, the rest blindly follow it when both the sides England and all our geographers have not referred to it. You cannot expect the poor cartographer to remember put it on the map, can you? He considers English to be a priceless commodity, and for him, Ranga is marriage material as he has finished his studies. He wastes no time to bringing him to like Ratna and niece of Ram Rao and makes every effort to bring them close. And so there is not even the shadow of our village on any map. Sorry, I started somewhere and then went off in other direction. If the state Mysore is to Bharat Varsha, what the sweet Karigadabu is to a festive meal, then Hoshali is to Mysore state, where the filling is to the Karigadabu. What I have said is absolutely true. Believe me, I will not object to your questioning it, but I will stick to my opinion. I am not the only one who speaks glowingly of Hoshali. We have a doctor in our place. His name is the Gunda Bhatta. He agrees with me. He has been quite few places. No one in England, if any ask him whether he has been there, he says, no, Naya, I have left that to you. Running around like a fee-busted dog is not for me. I have seen a few places in my time, though, as a matter of fact. Rangas wanted to get married only when he was mature. The narrator talks about the specialities of Hoshali. He talks about the mangoes. From the village, we are so sure that their soreness goes straight to the head and their chutney can in this cough. We have some mango trees in our village. Come visit us and I will give you raw mango from them. Don't eat it just like a bath. Just take a bath. The sun is sure to go straight to your uh, Brahmaranda. I once took on such fruit and chutney was made out of it. All of us ate it. The cough was suffered from after that. It was when I went for the cough medicines that the doctor told me about the special quality of the fruit. Just as the mango is special, so is everything else around our village. We have a creeper growing in the hours of fine water of the village pond. The narrator felt that Ranga was the culture boy and he needed to find a right girl for him. One day, the narrator of the story, Ranga marriage, was a frequent visit to Ramarao's house. He knew that his niece had come to stay with him from a big town. She was a pretty girl of 11. Unfortunately, both her parents had died, so she was orphaned. She knew how to play the veena and the harmonium. She also had a sweet voice. The narrator felt she would make an apt bride for Ranga, so he went all out of his way to get them together. We didn't have many people who knew English. Then our village accountant was the first one who had enough courage to send his son to Bangalore to study. It is different now. There are many who know English during the holiday. You come across them on every street talking in English. The narrator decided to do some matchmaking. He called Ratna to his house on Friday and asked her to sing a song. On the other hand, he asked Ranga to come to his place. Ranga heard the girl singing, and when Ratna saw him, she stopped. Ranga is a main character, and his wife, fiancée, anything we can say. Ratna. Ranga asked about her. The narrator mentions she was married and that brought a shriveled look on Ranga's face and made an excuse and went away. The narrator wanted Ranga to be a married. Ratna, when he found that Ranga preferred to remain a bachelor for some time, though he had taken some liking for Ratna, he took the help Shastri, the village astrologer. He tortured him to manipulate the planetary conditions and convince Ranga that Ratna was the right girl for him to marry. He bought Ranga's to Shastri, who was ready with his paraphernalia, the cowries and the book of Palmyra for his assistance. He pretended to calculate the planetary positions according to Ranga's stats and predicated that the confusion in his life was about a girl whose name had the name something found in the ocean. At the last, Ratna's name was brought forward. The narrator Syama, who had formerly said that Ratna was married, went to Ramarau's house and brought good news for Ranga. In this way, the educated Ranga was fooled to believe that astrology had brought Ratna for him for marriage, and he accepted it as truth of the Shastras. Next day, the narrator went to Shastris, who reads people's future, and made a pact with him by tutoring him about what to say Ranga when he brought him there. The Shastri agreed. When the narrator brought Ranga to Shastri, both of them slowly divert the talk to Ratna, and then narrator brought the news that she is not married. Ranga's faith in Shastri increased. Finally, at last, Ratna and Ranga were married, and after some years, the narrator found out that they named their 3-year-old son Shyama after him and were expecting that second child. At last, the narrator Shyama got Ranga and Ratna married. Ranga was always indebted to him for his intervention, in which he found a suitable bride in Ratna. Therefore, he invited the narrator on the occasion of his son's third birthday. He had also gone on the name of firstborn Shyama after his mentor. He also informed him that Ratna was with their second child. Also informed him that Ratna was with their second child. The narrator was close to Ranga's son also. In this way, Ranga honored his mentor by treating him as an important person of his house and family. So, dear students, here we completing our lesson number snapshots, lesson number third, Ranga's marriage. Okay. If you have any doubt or problem, please message me or call me. Thank you.